NAAC accreditation is mandated by the UGC rules with a view to improve the institutes of higher learning in their quest to impart knowledge and education. Mostly this accreditation is objective and based upon quantitative analysis, even though there is peer team visit who will have to express their opinion based upon the objective criteria, starting from institutional vision, teaching and learning methods, program of curriculum, technical support, and then performance and governance, attainment of certain standards. All these things are taken together. The advantage of undergoing this process of accreditation is that we can have the opportunity of SWOT analysis. That is the major opportunity. That may lead to careful planning for qualitative improvement based upon the deficiencies that are pointed out. It maximizes internal qualitative process and minimize errors. So in that aspect, all institutions of higher learning must go for accreditation by NAAC.
We are in 2023. It was in 2000 that a professional doctor and also a practicing politician decided to set up Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. It is said that 25 years is a short time in the long journey of an institution. And we are just 23 years old. And in this 23 years, we have achieved what many education institutions aspire to achieve in their lifetime. We have recently been accredited by NAAC as A++ institution, which puts us in the top category of education institutions in this country. When Dr. Vats started the endeavor, with him was Sunit Vats, who decided to give a go-by to his flourishing career in corporate world to take a plunge in education. Sunit has been there with the institute all these 23 years and has groomed it in its academic journey. It's very important for us to know from him that what brought us to this level, that today we are able to rub shoulders with leading institutions of this country.
See, Siddharth sir, the journey has really been, it has its own, because it's a journey, as I said, so it has its own, highs and lows. And I think God has been very kind. Swamiji's name, attached to this institution possibly gave us all the strength that was required. And when we were really low, I think it was, the leadership of the chairman sir. That kind of, he used to pull us up for, whenever we kind of wanted to give up. In hard times, he used to normally pull us up that, no, this is not the time that we should give up and we should stand up, and that's what character is all about. And you are really tested during tough times, so one should not give it up. And we lived by his ideals, so I think Swamiji was a big inspiration in that way. His teachings, we have read his books all throughout. So that formed the very core of, what the institution would stand for. And I think we have carried on beautifully with that, and the entire credit goes to the entire, the members, staff members who have worked here with us, within the same, with the same spirit, with the same zeal that they exhibit today.
A++ grading awarded by the NAAC to our Institute VIPS TC has been possible because of the teamwork, support from the board of management, and of course motivation by the chairman sir. This accreditation activities have also placed many challenges before us, and one of the major challenges was the team constitution, because while framing the team, while constituting the team, it was to be looked into that the team has equal balance in terms of domain knowledge experts as well as the technology experts. It is also a fact that this accreditation has given us many learnings, and one of the most important learning which I could find is a development of teamwork. I mean, we could find that we could create a platform for intra and inter-institutional interaction in the academics, teaching and learning. Similarly, we could also find that what are the weakness, strength we have got, and we could plan out that how to review. We could review the process, which provided us an opportunity to cope up the weakness with the strength and opportunities. Moreover, we could also plan out on allocation of resources within the institution.
Today we are talking to somebody who was at the helm of the execution team. No doubts that Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies is part of the vision of its founder, Dr. S.C. Vats, and the co-founders, Sunit Vats, Vineet Vats, and other stakeholders in the management board. But then when it came to execution, the team was led by the college principal, Dr. Anuradha Jain. Dr. Jain, when was this responsibility handed over to you?
First of all, thank you so much, sir, for inviting me and for this conversation today. This responsibility was handed over to me in the month of January 2020. Even before that, I was aware that I have to lead the team and I have to go for NAAC accreditation. But I was made a director statutory in the month of May 2017, which I was not even aware about what NAAC or NBA or other accreditation is all about. But our chairman, who is a visionary leader, and till date I asked him, what did you see in me, and you gave me this responsibility. So that time he asked me to take care of statutory, and we did NBA, and then 2020 January we were supposed to start work for our NAAC accreditation, and we started our work in 2020. But because of COVID, this process continued for almost 2.5 years.
I first of all thank Almighty having given a chance to visit Vivekananda Institute of Professional Sciences Technical Campus 2. It's wonderful having come down here, seeing the facility, the infrastructure very well dreamt of here.
And in fact, I have been part of the audience watching the people work, towards 2022 inspection,
Yeah.
And right from the word go, it was done very, very methodically, whatever I could understand,
Yeah.
So how did we really go about it,
Sure. So NAAC has 7 criteria. So the first thing that we need to do was create an internal, quality cell. So we created an IQAC cell within the institution to kind of, monitor or gather data, because it's very granular when it comes to gathering those data points, and training your staff members, because this is something which was new to them. So training all faculty members on what needs to be done and how do they need to kind of make a memory of the institution in terms of documentation. So that was a very essential part to this. So the teams were divided into 7 criteria. There were some sub teams which were divided again. Then we nominated, members from each department to be, as central, link between the central team and the, departmental team.
VIPS TC has been accredited with A++, and as IQAC coordinator for the institution during the last 4 years, this grade actually brought a lot of exhilaration, lot of happiness to each one of us who was a part of the team. So especially as the IQAC coordinator, it gives me immense pleasure that the day the result was announced, everybody had that smile on their face and they could understand the sweat they have put in, the hard work, the midnight oil which was burnt by the entire team while preparing for NAAC second cycle. Everything was gone and it was just a smile when we got to know our result. We were confident from day one that we are the best and we will prove to be the best. Yes, there were a lot of obstacles in between. We had to face a time when the institution was shut for a straight 2 years time frame. But that never stopped us. The team spirit, the hard work which people were doing, that in fact increased during those hard times. So the end result was this great. Talking about the challenges, when we prepare for any accreditation or affiliation, documentation certainly is one thing which needs to be on place. So with the policies, systems and procedures in place at the institution, right from day one, we were able to actually accumulate and get the best documentation done. We were able to present the best when the team visited us, and we were happy that the work which was done by the team was really appreciated even during the exit meeting. That gives us a lot of satisfaction. But one most important challenge which is faced, because it is all about teamwork, it is all about people. There were times when we had conflicts in between the team members because one has a different way of doing things and the other prefers the other. But the best part was all these conflicts were solved amicably and we were able to reap the desired results. The team is really super energetic. The team worked day and night and they're really happy. Talking about our grade sheet, that grade sheet really gave us the happiness which we were looking at, the score which we have got in each of these 7 criteria. That is really commendable. We have understood what are our strengths and what are the areas which we need to work on. So with double the zeal, we prepare for our next the third cycle.
Is I think at the department level, the faculty executed the work very efficiently, and whether it was showcasing of the alumni or showcasing of the various projects or works we do at the department level, and that also was appreciated by the NAAC team. And also the QR codes in our posters became a hit. That was everybody just loved it. Whatever projects we had, we had put the QR code on the posters so that each and everybody can just scan it and listen to the programs. So these are the various things, and they can happen only when the faculty as well as students have clear cut and proper directions, and they own it and then they execute it as their own. So that is, I think, very, very much important when we talk about the execution, not only about NAAC but all kind of works.
The NAAC accreditation process included 2 phases. One was preparation of the self-study report and the other was preparing for the inspection. Preparing for the inspection was not very tedious, but the preparation of self-study report was a little difficult for us, especially because we kept changing the timelines. Sometimes it was academic year, sometimes it was calendar year. Then we got the meeting postponed, the inspection postponed, so we had extended timelines, so we had a revisit to the data. That's the number one problem. The second problem was even the prescribed formats by NAAC kept changing. So we had, I think, almost 3 iterations which were given by NAAC itself. At the central level, actually, when the data was getting collected and the data was coming from different departments, the challenge was that every time we got a data, the data would be modified a little bit. So the covering note of what was changed in the new data vis-a-vis the earlier data was not mentioned. So it was very difficult to map the old data versus the new data that came from the departments, and that consumed a lot of time.
VIPS TC, as we all know, has been accredited NAAC A++ grade, and that has brought in a lot of joy, excitement and jubilation for all of us. It's the turning of the page, the coming of age, and definitely this NAAC second cycle has made us realize that we are the best. No doubt success is sweet, but its secret is sweat. So the 2 years of hard labor that we all were put into under the leadership of Dr. Anuradha Jain has taught us a lot. We have literally lived through this process of NAAC preparation, and we were lucky as a department that Vivekananda School of English Studies, which started in 2018, ours was a blank canvas. There was a lot that we could experiment, and there was a lot that we learned through this process. As a criteria head, I looked after NAAC Criteria 7, and Criteria 7 talks about the uniqueness of this college, the uniqueness of this institution, and the best practices that we follow. There's a lot that we could talk about the linguistic diversity and the variety of students that we have. So there was a lot of scope for co-curricular, extracurricular and other activities. Our students specifically in our department experimented a lot, and they came up with wonderful productions, theatre productions, translation.
You know, in each and every session, I have heard that law school is one of the biggest department of the VIPS. So, large amount of data must come from the law school. So earlier I used to have a tension that how to go about it. But then I have seen that yes, I have so many things to be showcased, to be presented. So my biggest challenge was about the presentation, how to present it. Each and everything was with me, but then how to present. So slowly and gradually, because of the teamwork, because of the discussions which we did with each and everything at centralized level also, and even at my department level also. Because of those discussions, then we decided that yes, how to present. So thanks to my faculty, thanks to my coordinators, and also thanks to my students. On the day of the NAAC inspection, it was my students who were showcasing each and everything what they have done in entire 5 years. They were interacting with the team. Even in the mock drill also, like when mock visit was there, and even in the final visit also. You know, even in the final visit also, the students who were involved in the mock visit, somehow they were not there, they were in their exams or some other assignments. But there also I have seen that the students were there, you know, other students were there. So in a way, somehow I found that because of this NAAC second cycle, I have made the entire work of the law school as a process driven, based on some system rather than only person. So I feel that this is the biggest achievement of the second cycle.
A good teamwork, consistency and proper planning is the key to success. I believe that individually we can do nothing. Teamwork has really helped us in getting a very good score for NAAC. Change is the only constant thing in the universe, so we had been changing our strategies. But yes, we had planned it well and executed it well, and we were understanding the nitty-gritties of how we could, make it better and better every time we had our understanding with the team. How can we showcase things better? Documentation, we have been doing it. We have our systems and procedures in place. So I don't think I had any problems facing for the documentation part. But yes, we analyzed what we did and we could find out how we can improvise and improve our showcasing of our criterias. And VIPS is a area of perfection what we believe in. And in pursuit of perfection, we have been always planning well. NAAC is not a day preparation. It has taken us 5 years to plan well. We knew what we have to do, how we have to showcase things in all the criterias of NAAC. and I think a proper execution has really worked for us. Thank you.
This is going to be setting an example for the young generation to make use of it, and you have wonderful dedicated 24/7 faculty members headed by the principal. It's wonderful. There are 3 giants, the DG, Professor Sharma, Professor Subbarao and Professor Siddharth are here to support the young generation, young faculty, and I am sure with those guidance the young students would get molded and meet out the expectations of the founder chairman. A wonderful experience that we gain here, and we learn a lot as well.